Hello people, Quick Teachers Breaks here. Today I'm gonna do a review of this statue that is the Art Vignette, I think that's how you pronounce it. The Odo Island Godzilla. But first I'll show you the box, and it's just a simple it's very big because of the whole lots of air inside, probably due to protection of the figure, and it's just $30. This is the BANPRESTO, and all they have is just some usual promo images, and the actual product is actually not the same as this for mostly. It's just simple box right here that shows this 2026 and the bottom right here. So let's put this box away and let's see how the actual statue looks like. Now I don't think I've seen lots of reviews about it, but I think I see this one person who done it, and I say for the actual statue itself, it's not that bad. I say it's quite alright for what it is. You do have a bit of a bit like a seam lines in some areas, like even the tail right here, but and the thigh, but it's not like one of those very high quality statues. And plus you do get a small base right here where he was like attacking on the people that landed on Odo Island. The head definitely looks pretty nice, and it definitely looks like an every should I really call it Godzillasaurus, despite it's not called Godzillasaurus, despite looking like it. Anyways, it definitely like every different type of statue or skull inside. It's like they always be accurate to source material. I think this might be also the same Yuji Sakai skull, and it's pretty good, but looking at front, is that front is like the eyes are just very wonky. I don't know if I want to repaint the eye because I think I like the way it looks, the one side right here, and then the other side is looking the other top, but look at it dead front is just unfortunate. But I don't know if some copies have that issue or it's just mine. And one thing to know is that the spine right here is very thin, that it does warp when I first open it like this, and so I add a bit of hair dryer quick to warm it up, and then it fixed back like this. But all the spines right here are very thin, and very thin, like they can just bend very quickly. And then the rest of the body right here is like very solid. But I say the sculpt work on the Godzilla is pretty good for what it is, like really nice. Although the dry brushing it's a little bit, like how to say, a bit less right here, makes it a little bit like uneven, and I think maybe the tail's a bit short. It should be a little bit longer, but it's curving upwards, probably due to the box space limit right here. That's why they sculpted it. And the feet right here, for some reason this side leaves a tiny bit of a gap right here, and I'm not sure if that's how every copies are, because I put right here like very firmly, and this one does leave a little bit of a gap. That's the only nitpick, but when you remove it, it'll be separated. And I don't know what to say, but I kind of wish that maybe the pigs was here and then the hole is inside Godzilla, like maybe a different design pig for it. But I don't know who choose for it, because I kind of wanted like the display without the base, but this one is gonna be permanent, meant to be in a base. But let me move this aside. Now I do think the base looks pretty good. The flame effects right here looks decent. Like there's a small smooth gradient, like a bit of airbrush of orange to yellow to white, and a little bit right here. Although I think it could have done a little bit better, but but who knows? I'm not a professional artist, so maybe this is how flames are supposed to be bright right here. Although I do kind of wish the bottom leaf, as you look at the bottom, I say it is pretty good also. And then the thigh right here is just left a bit of black. And yet the other side is like dry brush, which is something. And sorry about my phone, it's just that I don't have like a big camera stand. I usually use my phone to do this, but overall I do think that this, for a statue that is $30 that it come with a base, I say it's pretty nice. Though I wish it's like a bit bigger so that it, maybe if it was a bit bigger they could have a bit of better sculpting in some areas and maybe a bit easier paintwork. That's what I meant. Like maybe it could have been bigger, they could have a bit of easier access but then again, that's just a nitpick. It's still pretty good. Let's do the size comparison, and I think the best one to do is Godzilla -1 right here. Now I definitely heard about the SH Monster Arts Auto Island Godzilla, and this is definitely not the scale, and I think the SH Monster Arts is a bit bigger than the statue, but I think it's pretty nice. Like, it's a nice thing to have together if you really don't necessarily want a posable figure, just want a simple statue right here. But there's also the Yuji Sakai one, and that one is like a better sculpt. But it's like, I think it's quite expensive, like now at least. And then I just have this like mini Godzilla blind bag. I don't know what to call that Godzilla blind bag, but this is the blind box. I mean, is the blind box that have small ones. It's just so pretty cute, honestly. I think it's because of the tiny head right here. Just makes it look adorable on a big body. It's like something hilarious. So yeah, I would say overall, I say this statue is pretty good. I would definitely give it around a 8 out of 10. It's nice for what it is, honestly. I only get what I want, and I think this is definitely a nice desktop display, which I think that's what it is, because it almost feels and looks like this desktop, some kind of desktop display. So yeah, anyways, for more Cretaceous Brains video, leave a like, comment. Thanks for watching.